And we're back. KOAT 7 Sports Award-winning show, The Rundown, back now for another season. And we're looking forward to another exciting year of high school action as teams across the state are kicking off the first week. We thank you for joining us. I'm Ron Burke.
And I'm Bethany Miller. Tonight and throughout the season, we'll be bringing you highlights and stories from across the land of enchantment from now until the end of the season.
All right, Bethany, let's get to the action now. We're kicking off our coverage in Rio Rancho. That's where the Rams hosted the La Cueva Bears. La Cueva picked originally as the team to beat this year, with Aiden Armenta returning under center, throwing to the state's top wide receiver, Exodus Ayers.
But Ron, a shocking move at the beginning of the month. Ayers announced his move to the East Coast to play both football and basketball at a prep school in New Hampshire. A huge blow to the team. So how would La Cueva stand up against the 6A runners-up, the Rio Rancho Rams? Bears leading 17-7 at half. Aiden Armenta drops back to pass in the third, hits Jackson Hicks for the first down, and then some. A big play there. Armenta would follow that play by showing off his arm. Look at this throw, this spiral. It's a 30-yard touchdown pass to Ian Sanchez. La Cueva, that's a 23-7 lead for the Bears. Now Rio Rancho, well, they would show some fight on their next drive. Quarterback Noah Nelson with a big run there for the Rams. The first down gets them well within scoring range. But that's when La Cueva would step up in a big way. 2 huge sacks, this one to turn it over on downs. Check out Jack Glover there. The Bears, well, they rise up to the challenge. La Cueva takes down Rio Rancho, the final 37.
All right, let's now go to Community Stadium, where quarterback Elliot Pasket Bell and Volcano Vista taking on the Las Cruces Bulldogs. Let's get to work. What Pasket Bell does in the first quarter, hits Isaiah Crespin with a touchdown strike. Watch him go. 7-0 Hawks get on top first. And Las Cruces gets on board with a Dalen Walters field goal, so they cut the gap, making it 7-3 Hawks after one. Here's the field goal. It makes it a 4-point game. We move to the second quarter, and Pasket Bell's going to strike again, this time with the keeper. Gives the Hawks a 14-3 advantage, putting the Bulldogs in a bit of a hole now. So the Bulldogs need to respond, and they do go on the move and get a nice run here on their next offensive set, coming up by David Barella. Watch him make his moves. He gets the corner, chews up yardage, and sets up this 3 plays later. Barella getting the call. He scores to close the gap. Bulldogs now down just 14-10. Final seconds of the half. Ring the bell again. Pasket Bell would go on to connect with Tristan Cordova, and this is a touchdown strike coming right at you. Volcano Vista goes up 21-10, goes on to win big at Community Stadium, 35-17.
Good game there. Well, let's keep it in the Duke City. The El Dorado student section absolutely hyped for this one.
Love it.
They're hosting Cibola. Third quarter, Eagles up 14-6, but the Cougars come up with a huge play. Daniel Bayham finds Marcus Wilson to make it 14-12. 2-point conversion is no good. Still trailing there. Cibola would recover an onside kick. After that, they strike again. Benham hits Braden Mummert for the score. Cougars with their first lead of the game. It's 18-14. Third quarter would be all Cibola this time. It is a trick play. That's Wilson rolling down the sideline. Eagles cannot get up. Cougs go up 25-14. Then we're going to go late in the third quarter. Eagles would strike back. OC drawing up a play. Joshua Jackson to Josiah Mitchell. Look at that one. A touchdown pass, making it 25-22. But hey, El Dorado cannot complete that comeback late. Four turnovers in the red zone hinder the Eagles. The final, 39-29.
That's a tough stat to overcome. To start their season, the Albuquerque Bulldogs going down south to Las Cruces and take on the Organ Mountain Knights. First quarter, Organ Mountain with the handoff to Fabian Lazoya. He'll get to the end zone. Ball comes out, but they rule it a touchdown. The Knights say we'll take it. They have a 7-0 lead. On the kickoff, Albuquerque's Miguel Adame on the return. Watch him find some room, and he sees daylight. Takes it 92 big ones for the house call. Bulldogs go on the board. You weren't running quite that fast.
A little fast forward action there.
Trailing 7-6 now. Staying in the first, Organ Mountains. Abraham Romero gets a handoff. Makes a nice juke, too, and he will cash at the end of this run. 13-6. Knights with the lead. And the Bulldogs defense making a big play. The snap sailing over the head of Logan Tarango. Isaiah Bustillo scoops it up, and he is going to scoop and score. 72 yards for this one. Watch him go for the touchdown.
Wow.
Albuquerque High guts out a 22-20 win at Organ Mountain.
Wow. Great.
Okay,
great
now we
game.
turn our attention to arguably the biggest game in the area tonight.
Yeah.
The defending 6A state champs, the Cleveland Storm, taking on the Centennial Hawks.
But before we get to the highlights we know everyone is waiting for, I paid a visit to the Storm this week as the team prepared for the game. Now, last season they produced an undefeated 13-0 season and another blue trophy to the case. But the question remains, with new roles on the coaching staff and young faces on the roster, can the Storm dynasty be continued?
I got to Cleveland in 2009.
Robert Garza has been on the Cleveland football staff since the very beginning.
It's a little surreal. I honestly never thought this was going to happen. Never thought Coach Ridenauer was going to leave. So the fact that this has happened, yeah, it's like a dream come true.
Heath Ridenauer led the Storm to 4 state titles during his 10 years as head coach before leaving this offseason to join Danny Gonzalez's staff at UNM, ensuring big shoes to fill for whomever took over.
You know, it was hard when Coach Ridenauer did leave, but you know, next man up mentality. You gotta get it done. You gotta go out there and lead your team.
We just lost a guy, and that's all really it is. Next man up. That's what we've always been taught, and that's kind of how we look at this.
But Garza insists that despite his new role as head coach, Cleveland football will still produce the same winning product.
My goal is to keep the traditions alive. You know, we're trying to keep this thing rolling. You know, we've built something great here, and I'm excited to keep it going.
Despite big-name returners on offense, the biggest obstacle for this year's Cleveland team is an inexperienced offensive line.
When you're starting 2 sophomores on the offensive line, you only have 1 returning senior. It's been the focus of our attention since January. You know, we've been trying to groom these guys, make sure they're ready to go.
But with arguably the toughest schedule in the state that sees road trips to Las Cruces, Artesia, and twice to Texas, the Storm say they'll be ready come playoff time.
I think we have the toughest district as it is, but I think our preseason or our pre-district games they're going to get us ready for it, no doubt.
I think we easily have the toughest schedule in the state, so I think that's what's going to be good to set us up for playoffs and set us up for later on down the line.
Regardless of whomever is at the helm of the Storm ship, the end goal always remains the same.
New season, we really don't focus on what happened last year, but we would love to do the exact same thing.
As much success as we've had in the past few years, you know, of course, people are coming after us. We hope to be standing there at the end holding a blue trophy. You know, that's our ultimate goal, year in and year out.
All right, so let's go out to the game that we got our sights set on. The Hawks of Centennial visiting the Storm. Cleveland looking to build on that 13-0 2021 season. Check out Robert Garza making his debut tonight as head coach. It'd be the 3rd play from scrimmage. Evan Weissong finds Nick Trujillo, who weaves, check this out, his way through the Hawks defense. It is a 68-yard catch and score. Check him out in the end zone. He's fired up, puts the Storm up 7-0. You can't blame the guy. What a play there. Hawks, though, would answer right back. Daniel Hernandez, check this out, to Isaiah Beta, diving into the end zone. Woo! Centennial ties it up at 7s. Wow, this would be a game. On the very next play, though, Ron, it's Trujillo. He's back there for the kickoff. And what does he do? Well, it's back-to-back 68-yard touchdown runs. That is a kickoff return as the Cleveland Crazies go absolutely wild. Storm up 14-7. Check out Luke Weissong giving the celebration in the end zone. Nick Trujillo on absolute fire. Now this game would go back and forth though. For Centennial, it would be Micah Gutierrez in shotgun with a tough run. Check this out. The Hawks in scoring position here. Hernandez would take it from there as Gutierrez barrels in. Hernandez finding Nathan Lara with less than 2 minutes in the first quarter. Hawks, check this out. They tie the game at 14s in the first. This game would go down to the wire. Look at that. The Hawks deliver the Storm their first loss since 2019. Nick Trujillo does it all. 5 touchdowns in the game. Cleveland, though, they're down 38-35.
How about that? Moving to Berlin now, the Eagles opening as their rival. Last year's 5A champs Los Lunas now moved up to 6A and moving into the end zone. The keeper by senior quarterback Paul Sermons opens the scoring. Tigers 7-0 late in the first quarter. Let's go to the second. Berlin driving. Hunter Garcia rolls out, looks for the end zone. His receiver falls down, and it's a leaping interception by Dominic Trujillo, one of Trujillo's 2 first-half picks. On the ensuing Tigers possession, they cross midfield, and Sermons fakes the handoff, loads it up, and goes deep. That is beautiful. Ethan Baca right in stride for the 42-yard connection. Los Lunas builds a 17-0 lead at the half, goes on to defeat its Valencia County rival 45-0.
Ooh, you know that game's always good. Next on the rundown, one high school opening its season with a hot start. The numbers, one running back piled up that got the state's attention. And we head to Santa Fe, where the Demons look to grab their first win against the West Mesa Mustangs.
Welcome back to the Rundown. We're excited to bring you the latest on your local high school football coverage.
Of course, as many teams are kicking off week one, one in particular came out scoring pretty fast over to Milne Stadium. The Deming Wildcats taking on the Knights of Del Norte. This one would be all Wildcats. Fabian Reina would take the handoff, and he'll take it to the house. That's a 70-yard touchdown run. Look at him cooking up the field there as Deming gets on the board first. Check out the celebration. Next possession for the Wildcats this time. The quarterback, he'll keep it. He bounces it to the outside, and he'll take it all of the way. This one, just 40 yards, but still a score for Deming. Wildcats showing they can throw the ball too, lofting that one up. The contested catch is in the end zone. Demons would dominate the Knights in shutout fashion. The finals 54-0.
On Thursday, Sandia High School taking on the Trisco Heritage Jaguars. Get off to an early big gain. The short pass to Latavius Morris. He looks to deal, and he does. Taking off, trying to fend off tacklers downfield. Finally, they bring him down. It does lead to a field goal that puts the Jaguars up 3-0. But the player of the night would be Malachi Times. Here he is. The Sandia running back puts on a clinic. Watch him break through and sprint from everybody. They won't catch him. 56 yards for the touchdown. He's just getting cranked up. The senior has a night to remember. Scores again here from shorter yardage to put matters up by 2 scores in the first half. Time scores 7 touchdowns and unofficially rushes for 269 yards to lead Sandia to that 59-37 win over Trisco Heritage. What a night. Crazy, right? at Community Stadium. The Santa Fe Demons visiting West Mesa. Mustangs leading 35-12 as we get going with Cleveland transfer quarterback Elijah Brody with 3 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touches in the first half. Mustangs right to work in the third. On the second offensive play, Brody to Robert Ramirez, who jukes his way in for the score. West Mesa leads 42-12. Demons struggling to get anything going, so the Mustangs have the ball again. It's Brody hitting the big man, Marcus Sharp. We mean big, too, here. Look at him. Break a tackle, stiff arm, 2 more defenders. He's a tough load to bring down. Finally, they do get him done after an impressive game. Brody then will look for and find Christopher Genzo as they keep the offense cranking. He makes finding the end zone look easy. Mustangs go up 49-12. For Brody, a 10 for 13 passing night for 224 yards, 6 total touchdowns as West Mesa rolls over Santa Fe in the opener, 56-12. Now turning to college football, just 15 days away from kickoff of the Lobos football season. Their preseason camp will culminate in a scrimmage tomorrow morning at University Stadium. Lobo basketball coach Richard Pitino watching today's practice as the football team closes in on that opener. Danny Gonzalez told us they've made a lot of progress during these August workouts.
Good football teams in the second week of practice make a lot of progress, and I think we did that this week. I mean, it's we have a long way to go, don't get me wrong. By any means, we're not a good football team yet, but we've got the makings of a good football team if they'll keep the right demeanor.
Gonzalez hopes to decide on the starting quarterback after tomorrow's scrimmage, saying number 5, Miles Kendrick, and number 7, C.J. Montez, have, quote, done a really good job the past 2 weeks. The scrimmage is open to the public and begins tomorrow at 9:30 a.m.
Well, New Mexico United will play the last of 3 matches this week when they host Monterey Bay tomorrow, and they'll look to earn their first win in 5 matches. In their first meeting with Monterey Bay in July, United fell behind in just the second minute, but United, well, they shut them down the rest of the way, forged a 1-1 draw. Thinking back to that early goal this week, Zach Prince said ball security will be crucial in this rematch.
Can't give the ball away. We can't give the ball away in those areas, and if we make sure that we are taking care of that piece, it's going to be very difficult for a team to beat us. But we gotta take care of that. We gotta sharpen that up.
Of course, United will look to get that good feeling back tomorrow night when they kick off at Isotopes Park at 7 o'clock. We'll have the highlights then, and we'll have our final thoughts coming up next.
Just about to be under wraps, and it's already poised to be an exciting 2022 season with you got the likes of Cleveland and Rio Rancho losing on the same night.
I'm liking
Who
the
saw
way
that?
that this season's about to play out. All right, Ron, we'll continue to follow us all year round. We'll be back next week with more. Have a great night and have a happy weekend one.